Hi everyone, unfortunately I couldn't do my thrift haul live as the power was out, and instead of doing it tomorrow I figured I would do a video and do a whole video through the day of my day tomorrow. So I'm going to show you my thrift haul and what I do with it and how my day goes along of different things from the thrift haul and how I progress starting out through the week of what I do exactly with what I picked up, as the thrift haul doesn't end when I show you guys what I got. It just is the beginning, usually on a Monday, of my week, and now I can show you my Tuesday of what I actually do with the thrift haul and just see one day of what I get up to. So enjoy the video, hope you like my day, Tuesday, and also at the end of the video I'll show you some images of some of the displays that I created out of the items that I actually painted from my thrift haul. So from what was unfortunately a power outage and I couldn't do a live, has now turned it into one of my days of doing Julie's Everything Treasures, and I hope you enjoy my day. So I'm Julie from Julie's Everything Treasures, and enjoy my Tuesday and see what I got up to. Alright, take care. Well, yesterday I had a power outage and I could not do a live of my thrift haul, which I usually do on a Monday. So I thought what would be fun this week is to show you my thrift haul now, and then I will go through the week and a full day of my day in the day of Julie for Julie's Everything Treasures, and show you how I get through each day and get through the thrift haul to try and finish all the items through the week that I've done. I had a small thrift haul this week, so I'm just going to kind of show you some of the items. These three here I've already started painting. They're clear glass, and these were the ones that I was actually going to paint while I was doing my live, but unfortunately that didn't happen, so we will carry on painting these up, 2 coats of white chalk paint. And this is the other items I had. As you can see, pretty much everything was glass this week, all different bottles, all different jars, and this is another set of 3 I will be doing. And as I say, most of it's jars, other than, can you see this item here? Try and bring it to you, hold on. There it is. Isn't that nice? It's amazing, I think. It's metal, it's got a clock on it, and it's also a candle holder. I will be painting it up and distressing it back to the beautiful metal underneath. It did say as is, so I'm not sure if the clock's working or if it needs a battery, so I'll be playing with that this week to see what's going on. So I'm going to be pretty much doing a day in the life of myself, Julie from Julie's Everything Treasures, and I'd start off on a Monday doing the thrift haul live, and that starts my week off. So here's the thrift haul. It's only a small one this week anyway, and starting off I'm painting these. This is the first coat on them, and we will get to the second coat in a little while. I usually get up between 7 and 7:30, and I make the bed, get dressed, make the bed, and now it's time to take Hampson the pig for a walk. Time to take him for a walk. Hampson goes first, the dogs are outside, and take him for a little bit of a walk. Come on then, Hampson, let's go for a walk. Now it's time to feed the animals with Hampson. I give him some coconut oil in his food, and that helps his skin, because pigs generally have very dry skin, very flaky skin, so a little bit of coconut oil mixed in with his food each day, 2 meals a day. And Bear, my male dog, gets some supplements too, because he gets pretty bad arthritis, so I put that in with his food as well, 2 meals a day. And they're having their breakfast. So I'm just going to finish putting the water and get the coffee ready, and while the coffee is percolating and making, I'm now going to clean up the kitchen. Usually have a couple of things in the sink that has been washed but need putting away, and just general tidy up of the kitchen while my coffee is being ready. So while I'm waiting for the coffee to be ready, I've now got a load in the laundry to put into the dryer and to hang some of the items. Usually have a load each morning to either put in or take out, and then hopefully by the time I finish that, my coffee will be ready. Now I can finally sit down, have my coffee and relax for a little bit. But while I have my coffee, I generally also go through my emails. And I go check on my group. I have a group, Many Hands Create and Inspire, and I check through the group who's posted and look at their pictures, look at their videos in the morning. And I also check on my page and Julie's Everything Treasures, and also anything else that I need to check for my full-time job. I have to go into my emails and any phone calls and start to look and prepare my schedule for the day. Alright, ready for work now. I've just finished mopping some floors and let that dry as I leave, and all the animals are safe and put away, and they're in the house right now because it's too hot to leave them outside through the day, so I will be back again at lunchtime to let them out. And so what I'm going to do is just go to a thrift store right now. I don't generally go on a Tuesday, but this particular thrift store has got a 75% off sale, especially on furniture. So I'm just going to nip there on my way to work and see what they have and if there's anything worth picking up. I will film a little bit while I'm in there, but I won't talk during the filming because I'll have a mask on. So I'll just film just a little bit just so you can see one of the places I go to. Alright, let's get going.
You've got a sale?
Yes.
50% off?
All clothing, shoes, furniture, and linen.
Books?
No.
That's all of what I like.
Know about our sale today? No. Okay, just on the other side of the little sale thing there, yeah, it says everything, yeah. Okay, great. Martha, God, I haven't seen you forever. Oh, I haven't seen you, not in days. Is that your cell phone in Sandy's office? I have it going. I don't want it going. Oh, that's do you want me to turn it off? The alarm? Okay.
Oh, it's 75%.
Yeah.
Great. I think we should mark that on that thing, so, because it'll be a different grade.
Alright, I'm finished in the thrift store. Took a little longer than I thought it would because they had a little issue with their machine for a receipt, and I needed the receipt for the main reason that I picked up a desk, and good time for a desk because some people are doing homeschooling. So the desk, I got it for 75% off, so it ended up being $16. So I will be picking that up on Saturday when I ask my husband nicely to bring the truck and we'll go get it. Alright, so let's get to work. Alright, I'm at work. I'm finally here, a little later than I wanted to be, and it's not usually my day to go to a thrift store, but that was lots of fun and excited to pick up the desk. I will be picking that up on Saturday. That's when I'll be able to have access to our truck as my husband's working all week. And right now, for the first hour of my day here now, I spend it on my full-time job. So I check my messages and set my schedules. I will usually have some Zoom or FaceTime meetings that I have to arrange and get my emails out. So that's what I do first. And then before I do that, I get myself ready too. I get changed, put some makeup on, because I do have to do those meetings and you want to look good. I also need to turn on the lights, turn on the fan, turn on the AC in the craft room, and I'm just going to quickly show you some of the things we're going to be trying to do today. So I'm going to flip you around. So this piece here, it's got some nice finishing pieces on it, but this desk was dropped off by a customer and I'm going to get started on this today. Any days that I don't have a live, I try and get stuck into doing some furniture. So this piece is going to be brought into my craft room and it's going to be completely painted. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing, and the effect that she wants is she wants the legs this to be white but it to be distressed, so I have to repaint this. And then the top she wants actually to be the same as this top, this one here. So this is kind of the look she wants for the top, and then the white legs for distressed white legs for the bottom. And if she wants the top to have some of the dark grey in it, I'll probably do the handle in the dark grey. So I'm going to be moving this a little later and get started on this, but I will get going on some of my full-time work first. Okay, so now I'm ready for the day. I put a dress on, not one of my favourites, but it's a hot day, and this one is one of my coolest dresses, so this is what I am wearing today. I've done a few videos and some Zoom, and I've done my email, and now I've got to get ready for the day, which means I'm going to clean up a little bit because it's a little bit messy here. I also have to figure out my orders. I have only one order today, so it won't take long. I have a curbside pickup later on today, so I like to get that ready, and any other ones that come in through the day, then I'll get them organised at the time. But anything that came in overnight, I like to do in the morning. So I will get on with that, and then I can actually sit down and have some breakfast. And I'm going to have some strawberries and yogurt for my breakfast, and then we will get painted, alright? Okay, so I'm going to be starting on this piece of furniture today, and also I'll be doing lots of other small things. I created this yesterday, and now it needs to have some sealer, so I will be sealing that today. And I also created these yesterday, and this needs sealer too. The reason I take my staged display pictures of items before I seal them is to give it a good overnight time to dry, especially anything with ink on it. But also in pictures, I don't want much shine in the picture. So I put the sealer on after I've staged pictures because I don't want glare or shine from the sealer and any kind of bad lighting to reflect back onto the picture. So most of my displays are of items that have not yet had the final clear coat on. Even though I do use a matte sealer, I don't put it on until after I've staged them. So I will be putting clear coat on these today. And also As you know, we just went to the thrift store, so I picked up a couple of items just because I was there. As you know, I got a desk. I'm getting that on Saturday for $16. It's got drawers and everything, so I'll show you that when I do get it. I picked up these because it's been a while since I've made a tier tray. I'm not going to do a 3-tier, I think I'm only going to do a 2, but I'm going to get this started for fall. So that I wanted to get together while I was already there. I'd forgotten to pick them up last time, so I needed to do that. And also I picked up some more books. As I've mentioned, I needed some books to paint, so I've picked up 3 books that I need to paint. And I'd already also run out of these, and I just sold the last ones. So I got 6 of these smaller mason jars that I'm going to decoupage and get those back on the displays because I've run out. So those I'll be doing as well. And also, as you know, I'm going to try and move you around. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. We have also today to carry on putting the second coat on some of these items. And we are also going to be putting first coat on some of the others. I also have started, but not finished, painting. I can take all that stuff to it. Hold on. I have started painting this item too, so I'm going to be finishing and stamping on this one as well. So I'm going to get painting and get organised first. I'm going to grab my paint, some water, and I'm not going to be totally showing you everything I'm doing as I'm doing it because I need the AC on. It is a warm day, so I will video as I go along in between, okay? Okay, so we're going to work on this metal sign. It did say family, and we're going to do the same thing. It is going to re-say family, just a little bit more modern. So I've got some stamps. These are IOD stamps, and I'm going to use the distressed stamp first. And just use the stone grey ink. Just going to push it down everywhere on the stamp. And I'm going to come around this side so that I'm not going to be walking in front of you. You can see what I'm doing, and see if I can just put it looking a little more distressed on some of these. So just randomly tickle in just different areas. Down here, on this one too. This one here is a little noisy because it is metal and it's not a flat surface, so it's rocking a little bit, but just pushing it down, and that looks good. Next we're going to do the crackle stamp. Again, this is an IOD stamp, and again I'm going to be using the stone grey. I'm just going to put a little bit on each corner, not the same corner, on these, just to give it a little crackle in places. Put it in 2 places on that one, it's a nice big one. And we just need a little more ink for the last one. I thought I might, just a tiny bit more. Just do some along this top corner here. Perfect. So next I'm going to use the IOD stamps, and it's going to be the letters. It's the uppercase letters, and I'm going to be doing black for these. So I have to kind of make sure I have it the right way. I want it as much as I can in the middle, but I'm not going to get too ridiculous with it. So It's going to be starting on this side. Oh, I have a letter stuck to my actual sheet here. Let's move that out of the way. And let's put this down in the middle here. And this is the black ink so that the letters will stand out. I quite often use the stone grey as anything background, and I use the black for anything I want to look foreground. So that's that one done. So the A is next. And again, I just want it in the middle, but I'm not measuring. This is rustic and that's the way it is. I'm going to try and put it, see if I can move this because it's inside a little bit. I need to put it more towards, actually I'm going to just put it on with my fingers because it's in here. Alright, I've put it down, now I'm just going to use this just to press. I find with you using the backing to press, you get a more even distribution of the ink than if you just use it without. That's the A. So now the M. Again, I'm just going to push this one down. I have to go there because it's a smaller one, but that's okay. And then use this just to even it out with the ink. I got a little extra in the middle here, so I'm just going to go over that with the white paint after everything's dry. Just touch up a little. That's okay. I do that quite often. Alright, we've got the biggest one I think here and the smallest letters, so not exactly the best idea, but have to work with what you got. Alright, just pushing it down, don't shift or else you can have double image. And now the last couple of letters. Drop in the middle here and then push down. I think it's a little bit awkward. Oh, I missed a little bit, so I'm just going to go back in and see if I can just got that, line it up nicely. If I can. And just get that part. Yeah, perfect. And the last one. I'm showing you this part of my day just because it's a little bit more interesting than just painting white, which I have been doing for the last hour. And just put this in the middle, last one. Don't shift. Use the backing to push down everywhere. And then that one's finished. Take that off. I'm going to turn this around so you can see. And I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll put some wax on. Some black wax around the edges and in the crevices, and clear coat on the top, and then that will be ready and finished. So next I'm going to be putting some more paint, white paint on some of those items that I'm painting. So back to the grind of the paint in white, and also I have a meeting coming up, so I have to get ready for that. So as you can see, I'm painting a lot of items white. Some have one coat, some have two coats, and some are at their third coat and almost ready. When I'm doing lots of white items, I like to do one item a little bit different, just so that we've got that contrast, and I like it to look kind of a little bit like stone. So what I'm going to do is make this pot look a little like stone. stone look. So I've already got a base coat of white, and I am now just giving it, looks like the measles, with a very dark grey. And I'm just going to go around the whole thing, giving it some darkness randomly. And this one you can do randomly, but when I do the light, I'm going to just, take this off because it's rattling and you won't want that noise. When I do the lighter grey, I will do it a little bit less random. This one I'll do more. So now I'm going to get, what I use is stencil brushes to do this and a patting motion. Now I'm going to be using a lighter grey, and I'm just going to go back over everywhere with the lighter grey. So I'm going to be doing this lighter grey now, and I've already started, and I'm just going over pretty much all over. So I have mostly this lighter grey, but through it you can see the dark and a little bit of the white. And I'm just going to build layers like this, just going over the whole thing. I'm going to be going in next again with the white. Just keep building it up as I go along. And the more layers I can get out of it, the more texture I can get out of it. So now I'm going back in with the white, going over everything again, and I'm going over and over, and it's still quite wet, which is now smudging everything and giving it that kind of a little bit of a stone effect, a mottly effect. And this is the texture I like, to make it kind of stone-ish. And I always like one of the pots that I do to be looking like stone, which looks really nice with all the whites. You want to work quite fast with this while it's not wet, but it's still tacky, so the lighter grey and the white are blending in some places but not all places, and that's what I'm looking for. And I use the lids of my paint for my colours, so I get the thicker paint, and I do the tapping motion to get a more of a texture. And anywhere that I have a little bit too much of one colour, I just go back in with the other colour. I generally do the bottom last and just blend it best I can, and I also do the top. And now you get a stone effect. So this one's almost done. I'm going to do the bottom, let it dry, and then this one's done. So now it's back to my house. It's lunchtime, it's around 1 o'clock, and I'm going to go and make myself some lunch, sit on my patio and let my animals out so they can scrummage around and do what they need to do. It's a hot day, that's why I'm not letting them out all day long. It's just way too hot. So I'm going to go let them out and obviously give them some more water for the day and go and get some lunch for myself, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to be doing some ink on some of these pots. I've already started on this one. I've done the black along the top, stone grey on the bottom, and as you can see, just a little bit up the sides to give it an old look. We have this one that we painted up and to make it look like stone, a rock, and now we've got this little one we're going to be doing. I've already done the black around the top, and I'm going to be doing some stone grey around the bottom. And I'm just using the pad itself. So I'm just going around the bottom, up the side a little bit, and just trying to make sure I don't smudge everywhere, because I do have ink all over my hands. But just coming up a little bit like that. And then I'm just going to come, I think with the black, just a little bit down one of the sides like I did the other one, and just a little bit. Like that. So we've got that one is finished, and now this one I did the top a little bit with some pen, and I'm just going to go around the sides just a little bit, giving it some extra, and on the top. Not everywhere, just in random places. And I'm also going to do the grey around the bottom of this one. Remembering which ones are which when you do this, because the black is very dark and the grey is a lot lighter and a lot more subtle. Be careful doing this, the ink takes a while to dry, so don't get it smudged everywhere. Just take your time. And now I'm going to look for my rooster. That's what I'm looking for, a rooster. Alright, it's in here, and I'm going to find the rooster one here, and I'm going to use the black ink and just the head, doing it just so it comes down the head a little and the neck a little bit. And I'm just going to press this on the side of this one, just in here. Once you've committed, you're down, so press it in. Oh, I hope I didn't move. Hoping. Let's see. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. It's a little inky, but the next one I think I will do less inky. So that one, put its lid on. So that one's done. And then we have the grey, and I'm going to put a hen on this one, so I'm going to be putting it similar place, I think. Yeah, I've got here, I need to put it. So let's just put it down here and here. It should still have enough ink because that was pretty inky, that first one. Make sure you get the eyes, all the information, all the little bits you want on here. That's way nicer. There you go. So we have, as I say, this one is a little inky. This one behind. And then this little tiny one in front. And I'm going to, I think, so we need one more. So this one here. So I need the black for around the top. Going down the side just a little bit on it, and then I'm going to do the grey for around the bottom. I've got quite a bit of clean up to do, and the best way to clean this up if you get ink in places you don't want it is just to paint over it when it's dry, and I've got quite a bit. I'm just doing the grey on the bottom here, and I'm going to do a little bit. Not too much ink on this, just a little bit. And I'm going to press it off so it's not too much. and then put it on here, around here, I think. And we will have our roosters. That one's a nice one too. So there we go, is our little rooster set, and I will be displaying that after. As I said, there's a little bit of areas I've got to touch up with the white paint, and then on the other pieces I'm going to do the, I've got to redo the cows, so that's what I'll be doing on the other pieces. So I will do that a little bit later when these are dry, and I've got to then do some more coats for the decoupage. I will be decoupaging tomorrow, so I've got to prepare for that, so I've got to put some more coats on for that. And I've got to still put my first coat on that table over there. The reason I haven't so far yet is it had a few little holes in the back. I think it used to have a backing, and so I had to actually fill those holes. So I filled them and I've sanded it a little bit, and I had to wait for that to dry. So I'm going to be putting the first coat on that in just a little bit. Well, it's finally at that time of day where I need to get going on this table. I said that I'd get it started today, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm using some dark grey, it's called charcoal grey chalk paint, and on this I'm going to be going mostly around the edges, definitely into the corners, anywhere that I want to wet distress back. So I'm going heavily into the corners. I don't need to cover the whole thing, but all the edges. So I'll continue to do the top, and then I'm going to be doing all the edges here too. So I have to go in everywhere that I want to be wet distressing back. So it's almost a full coverage on the legs, because I'll be doing a lot of wet distressing, and also I will be doing the grey around the edges of the drawer too. Right now we haven't decided fully if we're doing the handle white or grey, so I'm going to just leave the handle for the moment. I'm going to pop it off, just in case they want it just left white. And if that's true, then it's better to be not painted and just left the white it is. So I'm going to keep going and put this first layer on. Okay, now I'm going to be just doing this little little tray for one of my displays. I had the display almost ready, but I realised I didn't have a tray for it, so I'm going to be just painting this up today. Another little thing that I added to the day. So I'm just going to take my time, as you don't want this to be too wet. You want dry brush and stenciling, and I'm just going to stencil on this Grey Stripes Jamie Ray Vintage stencil, and then I will be adding some IOD stamp. I need the cow one to be added to this one, so I'll keep going with that. Now I'm going to add the cow head to this, so I'm just doing the head again with the black ink, and then when I've finished that, when this grey is dry, I'll just put a date or something on there. Just going to offload a little bit because I'm finding the black quite wet right now. So put this in the middle around here and press down in all the details. Try not to shift. Towards the end of the day, that's when I start getting tired and shifting and things like that, so I have to be careful of that. And now I'm going to dry it up and just put something here, and then this will be ready for some, I think I'm going to put some black wax on it. Okay, so it's coming towards the end of my day. I still have some work to do. That is my actual daytime job. So it's around 3 o'clock, and I'm going to just let everything I've done dry, and I will then edit this video and put pictures at the end of all things that have finished. Some things obviously are not finished because you've got the next day coming up and it's only Tuesday, so I would not think I'd have anything finished completely, but I think I did quite well and did a lot. This one here is just starting to get things prepared for on Wednesday, where I do my craft and chat live, and I'm still doing, as it's the last time for July, I'm doing Christmas in July, so I'm just prepping this ready, so that's ready for that, which I have to do for tomorrow. And I have these other jars that I painted, and I have to decoupage these tomorrow, which I will do when I've got a little bit more time. I ran out of these, so I have to get more of these done. I have the books that I picked up today that I have to paint tomorrow because I need some more books. And I painted the first coat for each of the trays for the 2-tier tray. So I'm waiting for that to dry, and then tomorrow I will put the second coat on, and they'll only need 2 coats, and then I will glue all that together, and that will be ready for fall, and I'll do a 2-tier tray for fall, so I wanted to get that done. And I decided to go almost fully on the coat, the dark charcoal grey on the piece of furniture. I don't know if I can show you here. Can you guys, well, let's turn you around. Alright, there you go, that's the one. So this has got one full coat on. It's a very sparse coat, but it's just an undercoat, and I found that the whole thing needed it because it was so shiny. It would give me something more for the white and the other colours to adhere to. So I've done that full coat, and there's the 2 trays on top there that are getting ready for the 2-tier tray. As I say, here we have a lot. Ooh, there you go. I got 6 of these painted up so that I have more of these, as I say. And this one here is going to be part of my Christmas in July tomorrow, as well as this one here. And then I have 2 pots that I still only have 1 coat on, so those are going to be finished, and I'm not sure what I'm putting on those yet, haven't decided. And then the books and the little tea caddy from yesterday, I still haven't put the clear coat on those. So I have a few things that I painted today that I'll need clear coat tomorrow, so I figured why not just clear coat the whole lot tomorrow rather than getting it out twice. So I will be doing that tomorrow. So now everything that I've painted today can just dry, and I'm done for the day. So that was my day in Julie's Everything Treasures. Bring you back here so I can talk. There you go. So that was my day in the life of Julie's Everything Treasures from yesterday. Unfortunately not being able to show a live thrift haul because my power was out, so I figured I would show the thrift haul through a video and also show through a whole next day of how I get on with it and what I do with each piece. Obviously not everything's finished, but it's only Tuesday and a lot of it's done, so there you go. You can get through the thrift haul as quickly as you can as long as you get on with it. And as I say, now it's 3 o'clock, so coming towards the end of my work day. I finish at 7 o'clock today, so I've got now a few more hours that I can just be in the cool and get on with some paperwork. So I'm going to get on with some paperwork tonight, doing some emails and everything for tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for joining in my day. I hope you enjoyed, and please give my video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel, as I'd love to just grow this little business that you've seen today, and hope each day is going to be like today, because it's lots of fun and only you guys can help me with that. Okay, thank you, and I'm Julie from Julie's Everything Treasures, and thanks for watching. Great.